talking to you. Are you Ryan?
Yeah.
Hi, Ryan. Jackie, nice to meet you.
Jackie.
Personality. The overall.
What's personality? A very diverse thing, I would say.
How would it? It's interesting.
Personality is.
I don't even know what to say. I don't know, your surroundings, your friends growing up, how your parents raised you, what's in your gene pool, just everything is who you are.
What is personality?
It's very hard to define. I suppose you know that, or you wouldn't be asking this kind of question.
Personality is not that easy to define. There are many definitions, academic definitions, and they're not very satisfactory.
It's the, I guess it's the core of the individual. It's what makes them socially, at least, distinctive.
Disposition is a good synonym for personality.
Your core wiring of how you react to things, how you behave, what kind of things you think about, what motivates you, how you feel.
Personality is the characteristic, systematic ways that we interact with the world.
Personality is a person's probability to do something.
You'd say somebody has a particular type of personality, means they behave in a particular type of way, they nearly always behave in that type of way, and they do so consistently over time and across situations.
Personality affects everything that we do. It affects how we view the world, how we interpret what we see.
There is real value in understanding why someone ticks the way they tick.
Personality psychology is about the nature of human nature. How you think about human nature frames all subsequent discussions.
So then the question comes, why are we all different, and why does that difference matter?
Human behavior is essentially social or interpersonal. And throughout an analysis of all forms of societies and civilizations from very ancient times until our days, there are three constant characteristics. Number one, that people have always lived in groups, and they will always live in groups. So essentially, we're social animals. Number two, that groups always have a hierarchy with a well-defined structure of power and somebody who's in charge, a leader. And number three is that people need to have a system of meaning, a formal system of meaning like religion, philosophy, science that helps them make sense of the world. And as a consequence of these three well-known generalizations of human behavior, we know that there are three main motives or core drivers that people will always have.
One is to get along with others because we are creatures of groups, if you will, of groups of people. And the second is to be successful, to get ahead within that group.
Getting along is about bonding with other people, getting close to others, being appreciated, experiencing warmth, empathy. And we need to do this, whether it's with our romantic partners, our friends, or our work colleagues. Getting ahead is about competing with other people. And it's quite interesting that in any environment, including the workplace, there is a very complex tension between getting along and getting ahead.
Personalities are different. You know, we all bring ourselves to work every day. And in business, particularly in a tough economy that is highly competitive, you run the risk of people competing internally as opposed to competing externally.
There's always a problem in a boardroom because that's the dynamic. The dynamic is everybody wants to become the CEO, and they've all got to pretend to get along with each other, but they all want to get ahead of each other. Getting along and getting ahead it can be reconciled in the sense of getting along with people is about cooperation. And getting ahead of people doesn't have to be about competitive in the win-lose sense, but can be in the win-win sense. So you can be getting ahead of people, but bringing them along with you.
And then there is finding meaning, the third master motive, which is key to understanding how people make decisions.
Religion is a cultural universal. That tells you something interesting about people. I think what that tells you about people is that people have a deep-seated, built-in, biologically based need for meaning, structure, and order in their lives.